Leo the lion stood before his laundry basket, his heart heavy as he clutched his mud-caked mane. The golden locks were a tangled mess of filth and frustration. With a weary sigh, he shoved the entire mass into the industrial washing machine. He poured in a full gallon of soap, the bubbles rising like a mountain of foam, and slammed the heavy door shut. The machine groaned under the weight. Leo leaned his forehead against the cool glass, watching his identity tumble through the soapy abyss. Suddenly, a sharp metallic snap echoed through the room, cutting through the hum. The machine shuddered violently, emitting a thin, acrid wisp of gray smoke. Before falling into a terrifying dead silence, Leo's breath hitched. He pulled the door open, but his magnificent mane was gone. In its place sat a damp, shrunken ball of felted wool. He opened his mouth to let out a mighty roar, but only a faint squeak escaped. He tried again, yet the sound remained a pathetic, airy whistle. Leo grabbed a rusted screwdriver and pried open the machine's back panel. There, wedged deep inside the agitator, he found it. His roar was a glowing blue marble. He reached for it, his claws scraping against the cold steel. But the marble was slick. It slipped through his grip and began to roll across the floor toward the drain. "No!" he whispered in that tiny voice. He lunged, jamming his arm into the pipe. He felt the slime and the metal against his skin until finally his claw hooked it. He pulled it out into the light, but his relief was short-lived. A spider-web crack appeared on the surface. With a soft pop, the marble shattered in half, releasing a puff of golden dust that vanished into the air like a forgotten dream. Leo stood frozen in the center of the room, his mane matted and his voice reduced to a ghost. Then, his eyes landed on a bottle of super-strength fabric softener on a high shelf. He grabbed the bottle and poured the entire thick floral liquid over his head. He grabbed a stiff scrubbing brush and began to work it into his throat, scrubbing until his skin turned a bright, stinging pink. He was trying to wake the vocal cords until a strange, low vibration started deep within his ribs. The rumble grew, shaking his chest and vibrating through the floorboards. He opened his mouth, and a sound erupted. It was a deep, rhythmic purr. Leo looked at the broken machine, then at his reflection in the cracked mirror. He realized then that he didn't need a thunderous roar to be a lion. This new song was his own.